Alright, now it's time for our first installment of Disc Golf with Conrad, this time at Mathews Park. Hole number 1 is a par 3, 304 feet. There's actually 2 pin locations, but we're going to the longer one here. There's a straight route and the hyzer route. I prefer the hyzer route out over the lake. It's pretty much safer for me as long as you avoid those 2 trees right off the tee box. And I get circle 1. So lining up a putt. And it's in. So I have a birdie starting off the round with 1 under. Hole 2 is another par 3, it's 300 feet, playing to the shorter of the 2 pin locations. But it is all uphill. You can see the basket there behind the picnic tables in the background. I'm going to go with a Firebird here on a hyzer, getting rooted on from a fellow Walton Disc Golf Club members. That was circle 1. So step up here for the putt. Trying to get a new putting routine down. Getting leg involvement in each one. And there you go. So the second birdie, hole number 2. 2 under for the round. Hole 3 is a par 3 playing downhill 235 feet. Again, there's multiple options on how to get to the green. I typically like the hyzer route, so I'm AVR 3. And tree hit. So that put me in circle 2. There are a few trees that get in the way. If you don't hit the line right, that's what happens. So circle 2, let's see if this new putting routine can help me here. Keep this streak going. And no, just off the mark. And unfortunately, I forgot to record that follow-up putt. So moving on to hole 4, par 3, 365 feet. There are multiple options here again. There's a hyzer, forehand, and straight up the middle. I go forehand here with the Thunderbird. And woo! Nice and flashed the change there. Circle 1. Let's see how close it actually was. Not really an ace run, but it'll look good from the tee box. And able to get another birdie there, so that puts me 3 down through 4. Hole number 5. This is a scary hole for me because the basket is always has the water in play behind it. I take an odd route here, which is a high hyzer. And I typically come crashing down on the green. Circle 1. I use that for both pin locations, the long and the short. It's actually in the long right now. I've lost too many discs on this hole off the tee to try anything else. Alright, so able to tap in that birdie from circle 1. Puts me 4 down for the round. Moving on to hole 6, which is a par 3, 170 feet. Downhill with a double mando. Don't know how long we're going to have that double mando because one of those trees is begging to fall. Alright, hit the mando and going. Oh, just behind the basket. That was another good ace run there. Circle 1 is where that puts me. If I was an ace run, I would have threw it low into the ground and let it slide up to the basket for an easy birdie. But hey, it's that time of year where aces come easy. Oh, good putt, good line. Just that branch knocked it down just enough to keep me from getting the birdie. Walk up and tap in for that par. So that's par, 4 down through 6 holes. Hole 7 is a par 3, 280 feet, and it is in the long position here. I'm going to try to go straight at it with my Atlas that is slightly understable. And the tree doesn't like that idea, so ouch, I end up in the fairway. Taking my Opto Pure here. It's my throwing putter. And get a nice little line in there to park up next to the basket inside circle 1. Have a nice little tap in there. So that makes it par through 7 holes, 4 under. Hole 8 is a par 3. It's about 250. This does have one Mando. Right there in the middle of the screen with the little M. The sign's been knocked down. So I take my TL3 and throw it up there, kind of flat, hoping that it'll turn over, and it did. But it looks like I'm in circle 1. When I get up here, I say, whoa, had a little bit too much go-go juice on that one. So it's going to leave me with this awkward putt around this bush, or around this tree. Oh, just put a little bit too much turn on it. Went right by the chains. Circle 1. Then I bang it in for the par. So still 4 under for the round through 8. Hole 9 is a par 3, 300 feet. Multiple options. I've seen people even go with a roller here on this hole because there's a fence behind the basket that will prevent it from going OB. I go with my Road Runner, but I didn't give it enough air, so I came down a little bit too soon. Circle 2, actually. So from circle 2, give it a run. Oh, right line, just a little bit too low. So end up at circle 1, and I should tap in to make that a par. That'll put me at 4 down through 9. Take a look at the scorecard here. Next hole is hole 10. It's a par 4, 381 feet. That is in the long position. There's 3 positions on this hole. There's one basket that's right there in front of the screen, and then the long one, there's also another one off to the left. So I throw my strike here. Didn't give it any hyzer whatsoever, so it just turned over and went into the woods. It's about pin high to the OG location, but off in the woods. Not a bad spot to be out of all the options because I have a little window there to pitch up with my gator. Didn't realize I hit the little bush until I watched the video. Circle 1, and then the tap in for the birdie. That puts me at 5 under for the round. Hole number 11 is another par 3. It's 285 feet, all uphill. Most popular line is the forehand, but I throw my strike on a turnover, which ends up pretty well. Can't complain about it. Circle 1 didn't hit any of those trees, didn't get knocked down early. There we go with the putting routine again, getting it dialed in. And bam, here's the birdie. See if we can't get a streak going here. 6 under for the round through 11. Hole 12 was a par 3, it's at 300 feet. I've seen some crazy shots thrown here. There's a tree off to the right of the tee box that you can't see, but I see someone that goes around that. Me, unfortunately, I try to go through the little gap there in the woods, and a tree decides to grow in my way. End up in the fairway. A little half bit at it with my pure opto. And frustration throw with the AVR. Alright, so we walk up, tap in, make a par, stops the streak, puts me at 6 under for the round. Hole 13 is a par 4, it's 440 feet. This is a nice long one. There's 2 positions here, one over to the left, and then this one is straight ahead. I throw my turn, and it gets a little high on me, and then of course starts fading out. But I hit that tree and get a little roll back, which puts me in circle 2, which is a great result from having such a high throw. Don't know what I was attempting there with the Opto Pure. Didn't work out, whatever it was. Puts me in circle 1. And then I have the putt. second one just to make sure. Hole 14 is a par 3, 285 feet. Nice little path through the woods here. Have 2 routes. Again, I like the hazard route. That's kind of low, but it gets a nice little skip off the hill, and it's going to get a little float over to circle 1. And bang. Hit another birdie. 8 down for the round. Looking good. Hole 15 is a par 3, 300 feet over the lake. Of course, you can, for lefties, there's an easier route that plays over the land, or a forehand route, but I like to go with a high hyzer as it comes crashing in. Oh, it looked good, but in actuality, that's way behind the basket. But in circle 1. And that was with my champion Thunderbird. All right, get the routine in. Oh, just a little bit low. Still working on it, still working on it. All right, so that would put me at circle 1. I'll be able to tap that in for a par, leaving me still at 8 under for the round. Next hole here is hole 16. It's a par 3, 245 feet. This is one of the aces that I hit my first year playing. I no longer take the ace route, which is a high hyzer, but I decided to go straight at it with a pure, Opto Pure. And didn't give it enough height. OB is right behind that, so it kind of gets in my mind sometimes, because I know I've gone OB on that throw before. So, got my putting pure, and it's in the basket. So, got a birdie. Puts me 9 down through the round. Next hole is 17. It's a par 3, 315 feet in the long pin position. This one has multiple routes again. I go with this out of the way hyzer with the Rock 3 and just let it sail all the way down there to circle 1. Yeah, so I made a rookie mistake. Didn't record the putt. Was talking to a kid. Got distracted. Let's move on. Oh, yep, that was a birdie, putting me at 10 down for the round. Hole 18, playing it in the short position, a par 3, 377 feet. Looking forward to them adding another pin location to this one a little bit deeper. That is my heavy thrasher, as I call it. I have a lightweight thrasher as well. And that is one of the best shots that I've ever recorded on this hole. Getting over the road is a milestone, but having a legitimate look here at birdie is quite awesome. And it's in. The routine is getting dialed in, so that puts me at a birdie, 11 down for the round. I was thrilled to be able to record this non-stop thanks to the UDisc having a scoring app on your smartwatch as well. And there we go.